On this week's episode, a 10-year-old tries to drive a jet ski, a Sportfish gets in a little bit of trouble, and I go on a rant. Freaking mind some of these captains out there and the lack of experience they have. And I'm Doug. Welcome to the silliest internet-based yachting show on
the internet, for real this time, coming to you live from my compound because I'm sick. So we really are an internet-based yachting news show for real this time.
Let's get right into it. I got some really cool news, I got some really bad news, I got some commentary, but first things first, let's see our sponsors. Go ahead and give them to me.
Elite Air Conditioning of South Florida. Whether it's refit, new installation, repairs, or maintenance, these guys can get it done on your yacht, your house, your aircraft carrier, your submarine, even your spaceship. Give them a call today.
Hargrave Custom Yachts. The middle word being custom, they'll build anything you want. They'll build a gold-plated bathtub if you want, or a 200-foot mega yacht. ITS, that stands for Interior Technology Services. If you need your carpet certified, these are the people. They will also do the walls, the cushions, any soft fabrics in the boat. Remember, ITS is your #1 choice to get your carpets and interior cleaned. Crewhaven1501.com. If you're just entering town and you need a place to stay, this is the place to go. If you're even in a refit in a boatyard, they have housing right next to all the major yards. Check out Crewhaven at crewhaven1501.com. Never forget, monkey butlers, pink Rolls Royces, bouncy houses, and these houses do not drag in the middle of the night. Marine Data Solutions, I do have 99 props on board, but with the blender, they all get blended together, and I don't have any. MPT, Maritime Professional Training. This is the one school where you can go from your first STCW all the way up to Unlimited Master. Never forget, one school, unlimited possibilities. And we love our sponsors, really, really do. They make the show happen. You guys watch the show. I do this. They make sure they pay for the show. It's all good. Please check them out. Use them if you can. They're really good. So we're going to jump right into. By the way, I am in Miami. I am at City Gardens Marina. I've got Gene Chaser. I got 350-foot boats just sitting here. I don't know what they're doing. It's a pretty nice day in Miami. My next stop, of course, is going to be Ocean Reef, or as a lot of crew call it, Ocean Grief. But anyway, let's get into it. Yacht industry news. Give me the new yacht industry news thingy.
I thought you were chewing somebody out on the phone, giving them a rash.
No.
Are you still running right now?
Yeah, we're on the show.
Oh, no, we're not.
Say, all you got to do.
Crazy.
I'm crazy. That's my boss. Say, everybody, this is Crew Corner.
Everybody, this is Crew Corner.
Say, oh yeah, that's my boss.
He's the best.
Thank you.
Smart guy, smart cookie.
Thank you. Appreciate it. They couldn't hear you because you're not mic'd up,
I know.
but I'll put subtitles in.
He's great.
Okay, as always, the bottom line Yacht Industry News Show supports $160 for day workers. That's not the maximum, that's the minimum. I pay more, everybody should pay more, but there are some boats out there paying a lot less. $160, pay the guys, pay them, come on, it's not even your money. All right, and don't forget our bottom line, a scholarship. We're working with MPT and a couple other people to get this going. Blue Oceans, that's pretty cool. You know, they're helping out, and it's going to be happening. So if you want to get into yachting, this is the way to do it because we're going to pay for everything. So this just in, a 92-foot Viking lost power and landed on the beach in just north of Fort Lauderdale in Delray. Here, take a look at this. Okay, so there's been a lot of armchair quarterbacks on what went wrong and what they could do better and all this, and the anchor wasn't even dropped, and I get it, you know. I'm going to talk to you, this is my opinion, and it's based also on some scuttlebutt that's been coming my way. People call in and go, hey, do you know this? But this is an opinion, but it's been reported that the fire suppression system shut down all the engines. And this happens. I've had this happen. And it does take a while to get them started again. So they had dead ship, and it was reported that they didn't want to send a crew member up to the bow to drop the anchor, and the best thing to do was to beach the boat. 92-foot Sportfish called Pastime. Now, I'm not armchair quarterbacking on this one. I am a very experienced captain, and I'm just going to make a couple observations. First observation is he was going real close to shore because it was blowing 30 to 35 knots, and his seas were 6 to 10. So he opted to go in close to the shore. Us old sailors call that a lee shore, and a lee shore is something you want to avoid by all means necessary, because if you lose power to the lee shore, you're going to be on. That's a fact. Sailboat guys know this. You do not ride next to a lee shore. As far as the anchor goes, I get it. They lost all their hydraulics, couldn't drop the anchor, and the captain said, well, I don't, reportedly, the captain didn't want to send someone up on the bow to manually drop the anchor, and I agree with them 100%. The next thing you don't want is to have the boat about ready to go in the surf and have a crew member swimming around the boat. But as a captain, you have to make decisions, and the first decision is it too rough? And you have to know your limitations. If you know in rough weather you cannot get to the bow to drop the anchor, then you probably should have chose to do something else. I believe that most of these sport fishing boats, if you want to go out in bad weather, better have lifelines going from that deck house, the cabin, all the way to the bow to get. I recommend every captain on these sport fishes put little eyes in the deck so you can clip in with one long line and have that crew member walk all the way to the bow without falling over. Sailboat guys do it all day long. I mean, it's just a fact. Anyway, I'm glad everybody's okay, and we should use this as lessons learned and not point fingers at anybody. Okay, before we jump into more yacht industry news, take a look at this. This is a 10-year-old taking a jet ski onto a trailer.
I'll fix it.
You gonna fix it?
I could try.
I mean, do we even need to say anything? This was the dumbest thing that anybody should ever do to their child. I have a child, and I want him to remain alive. I'm glad nobody got hurt, but people really need to start thinking a little harder on that. It was kind of funny to watch. Okay, next, third quarter brokerage report on boats sold and where the market is. And you know what? I don't want to. You guys don't even care about if boats sell or they don't sell. I'll give you the where crew are on yachts in crew corner and what we're up against. Then I want to talk about something else. I'm just on social media like everybody else, and I'm gonna. It just baffles my freaking mind that some of these captains out there, the lack of experience they have. I'm just going to quote you a couple of things here to back up my statement. Person with their name Captain in the front, and it's probably on their business card and it's probably on their mailbox, said that gross tonnage is a factor of the boat's weight. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with how much the boat weighs, all right? There was another captain who said, I get $800 a day. I've been a captain for 40 years. I have my 100-ton license. $800 a day, dude? I'm going to be honest with you. Why do you have your 100-ton license for 40 years? That's like middle school license. It's like the most license, most of the guys who get in the industry, that's the first license they get. I know you think you're worth $800, but Jesus Christ, dude, 40 years of middle school license? It's a 10-day course, for Christ's sakes. A lot of captains, I saw this on social media, and I always ask when I'm hiring, can you tie a bowline? I can't tie a bowline. How can you be a captain if you can't tie a bowline? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And the one that takes the cake, the absolute one that's got me freaking frustrated, is a captain is his first name, said, hey gang, how far is a trip from Charleston to Fort Lauderdale? Let that sit in for a minute. A captain is asking how far it is from Charleston to Fort Lauderdale. I'm sorry, if you can't figure that out with a chart, if you can't figure that out with your phone, if you can't figure it out at all, you shouldn't be a captain. Why are you asking other people how far it is from Charleston to Fort Lauderdale? Last time I checked, these places don't move. Last time I checked, there's more chart plotters out there than the world really needs, and you can find this answer in 10 minutes. But people are relying, these captains are relying on social media to find the answers, and you guys do not belong behind the wheel. Oh, and the other question he had was, and how much should I charge? Have you guys freaking lost? Okay, I'm going to calm down. All right, I'm calm. Okay, Chelsea, can you try and give me at least one bottom feeder? I know she's not feeling well. Go ahead, Chelsea, give it a shot.
And our first bottom feeder of the day is Christopher Neal from Petoskey. Who fucking names cities, honestly? And our first bottom feeder of the day is Mr. Christopher Neal. He is the captain of motor yacht Seahawk in Petoskey, Michigan. He was a big fan and agreed with our segment on day workers. So thank you so much. I love getting the feedback from everybody, and it makes me happy to know that you guys don't think we're stupid. And my number 2 bottom feeder for today, although not second place when I picked my favorites this time, it made me really happy to read this comment from Tina. Tina
said, great job as always. She said the hiring skit had her laughing and crying at the same time. Oh, big cruise ship. She's talking about the skit we did a couple weeks ago. I'm going to put it up again because everybody was busy. It was kind of funny. And Kenneth Gibson from Annapolis, Maryland. Now, Kenneth actually was in Maine, and he was southbound just to get to the Bottom Line crew party. He had some problems with his tender, had to pull in, and there were some weather issues. But he said the whole crew's coming next year, Ken. But, big shout out to you, buddy. Appreciate it. Okay, that's it for bottom feeders. Let's move right into Crew Corner. Give me AMSOIL. Give me AMSOIL. Dave is a Southern regional rep for AMSOIL products. What's that mean? That means synthetic oil. That means oil analysis. He'll even put the little things on your engine, so it's easy peasy to get your oil tested. Check out the safety of your engine with Dave from AMSOIL. Okay, so this week on Crew Corner, I'm going to talk about crew and hunkering down. Here's the situation. We've got Israel, we've got Ukraine. If you turn the TV on, everybody sounds like it's World War III. It's a lot of hype to solve that problem. Just turn the TV off. We're also battling some interest rates. What's going on in yachting? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But my advice to you guys is in the next 6 months, you should be on a full-time position. You should have a job. I think the people who are going to get hurt the most is the freelancers. We all know that chartering is down, and everybody has finished riding that bubble. That's my boss. Go ahead. It's all right. No, go ahead. It's okay. Go. She's awesome. So we all know that the COVID wave is gone. Everything's kind of settling down. My advice to new crew and my advice to seasoned crew is I strongly recommend that you have a full-time job or a very reliable network of freelance positions. Things are going to slow down, and that's not 100%, but there's a possibility of it. I think you'll be in a much better position if you are full-time employed versus working freelance, day work, seasonal, or whatever. I've seen it before. I've been in this industry for 35 years, and I've seen the ups and the downs. And this is one of those situations where it wouldn't hurt for you to be in a stable situation. It's all I can say. This is speculation, and by no means do I know anything. And quite frankly, I don't know if anybody knows anything. We are transiting into the future that we've never been before. Nobody even knew about COVID. Nobody knew about anything. Boats are still being built, but things are definitely teeter-tottering. So that's just my advice. Take it for what it's worth. And I will see you guys next week from Ocean Reef. And in the meantime, you guys stay safe out there and have a wonderful week. I'm Doug. Chelsea's not here. Chelsea, go ahead. Give us a clip of Chelsea.